Welcome to DVL. Stephanie is joining us today, everybody. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello, girl.
What's up? We are not getting off of the Golden Bachelor because Gerry is now responding to accusations made about him in a Hollywood Reporter expose. If we all remember, Gerry claimed he had not dated since his wife passed away in 2017, but a former girlfriend claims she not only dated Gerry, but lived with him. Now,
oh dear.
I forgot we had planned that. I'm so sorry, Steve. Now, in an interview with Katie Couric, Gerry admits that he did date after his wife's death. Watch this.
Well, I guess I would say this, but I dated a number of women. So, you know, then it becomes an issue of how do you define if you're in a relationship or not? It really didn't. But, you know, again, I want to focus on what's going on now. You know, the important thing for me right now is where I'm at today. And looking back on those things, to me, is no benefit.
Tiptoe.
As a person who's been caught lying before, you just want to go, let's focus on today. All right? Who knows what happened back then?
That's a politician.
Except for my phone and your eyeballs.
Gerry's running for 2024. Gerry also responded to allegations that he misrepresented his career before going on the show. Let's take a look at this interview.
The business I owned was very much like the Cadillac diner that Teresa and I were at the very first date. I sold burgers and fries and shakes, and it was a very profitable business.
We also remember, of course, that business was referred to in that great scene that Jeff loved with the milkshakes. I think we have a little, so apparently that was similar to the diner that he had in 1985, which qualified him to be a restaurateur, according to his resume. Is this lying?
He just mentioned that.
I know, I'm saying that was, they told me to mention the milkshake scene.
Yeah, that was it. That's what he just
mentioned. Tell me, is he lying?
Listen, it's a reality TV show. It's called The Golden Bachelor. This guy's not an actor. He just came to meet his wife. The producers kind of influence you in a certain way, and now he's left picking up the pieces with Katie Couric. She interviews presidents and world leaders. We're interviewing the Golden Bachelor and grilling them, like with backup questions. I got a follow-up to that, Big Gare. What are your milkshakes made out of? Katie Couric, don't you have anyone else to interview? Like, leave Gerry alone. I don't understand. When this came out, everyone just put Gerry up here, and everyone's like, Gerry's the best. Older people need love too. And now we are just hammering his kneecaps like we're in the mafia. Leave Big Gare alone, man. Leave him alone.
What about the fact that he said he didn't date and he actually did and lived with a woman for 3 years?
You thought you practiced falconry because you had a picture with a bird.
Again, I did practice it once.
That's not practicing.
That's not practicing falconry.
I practiced it once.
That's not practicing.
I think you don't know what practice means. No, it's
repetition.
I still don't care. I really don't. Like, Gerry gave us 8 to 9 weeks of entertainment. There's going to be a big wedding, which I'm excited to see.
Do you think they're all going to get married?
Yeah, they're going to on ABC.
January, I think January 4th is the wedding. But that's all I want from Gerry. If Gerry's financial situation, that's his new wife's issue. I hope she does know his credit score and what his history was. That's all. That's them. For me, all I asked from Gerry was that for 9 months he gave me some fairly compelling entertainment.
You really lowered the bar. Fairly compelling. I want to be mildly amused every other week.
Steph, you are nodding.
That'll keep you on the air.
Yeah. I hear what Erica's saying. I think, you know, he had a role to play and he played it really well. And I think, you know, he's never been on television before. He'll definitely been fed things to say by the producers, and naively, he's probably gone along with it. I mean, the problem is when someone gives a little white lie here and there, you quickly don't believe them anymore. You're done with it. So that's the problem now that he's facing, which is why he's getting kneecapped left and center, poor guy.
But he's the Golden Bachelor. He's not running our country. We're never going to see him again.
I don't know what the black background is. It's so mournsome. And his to-be bride looks so miserable.
He literally said the words, I'm getting married next month because I don't know how much time I have left. So let's leave Gerry alone and let him have some fun. Give him a plant in his background at least.
Yeah.
Katie Couric on a black background. You might as well be smoking a cigarette with a spotlight in his face.
He's got an interrogation flashlight. Tell us where he is. First, I totally agree. Let's move on.
Sorry.
I think we understand that Gerry needs a break.
I do have to throw this out here because you know it's coming. Gerry is from a small town in Indiana, and this woman who did this expose is in that town. Now, Teresa has to move into that house with Gerry, and the little places that they called his hangout, his bachelor pad down the road, the bar that he goes to. Now you know Teresa's going to be with him, and everybody's going to be talking about the fact that Gerry lied. So in their lives,
it's big.
This is going to be a big deal.
Teresa about to find out about small town beef.
Oh yeah,
small town beef is real.
What if there's a follow-up to Golden Bachelor small town beef, and we find out about that?
You know we're gonna hear all about it.
Very
kind of into that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to something else. The Kennedy Center honorees, my favorite, were celebrated this weekend. We got Dionne Warwick. We got Renee Fleming. Oh, the opera singer Barry Gibb. We got Queen Latifah, and of course Billy Crystal. They were all honored, but everyone is talking about Meg Ryan. She poked fun at her co-star from When Harry Met Sally about that iconic deli scene. You know the one.
The scene came really naturally to me, and I really have Billy to thank for that. I've actually never been around anyone who made faking an easier.
What do we think about Meg Ryan saying that?
Or that laugh that you just did.
You know what it was? That scene for me encapsulates what I really love about a good, authentic rom-com, and I just miss it. That Kat's Deli scene where she shows how easy it is for a woman to fake a relationship with a man, and then in the end, Rob Reiner's, the director's mother goes, "I'll have what she's having." It was just a great moment for Meg Ryan, for Billy. It cemented the rom-com Nora Ephron type of rom-com that I miss.
Yeah, I said earlier, because I had no reference to this, I don't think any black man has ever seen When Harry Met Sally. We're 40 million black people in this country.
You said black person earlier. Now you're saying
no, black men. No, I think they're women. I don't know anybody. I don't think any black man's ever seen
black man. If you're a black
I
man
will quit the show tomorrow if we can find one black man that's seen this. And I want proof. I want you recorded watching it.
If you are a black man and you've seen that scene, please write us in on YouTube.
Is Harper back there? Is getting me in trouble?
Anthony, have you seen it?
Oh, he hasn't seen it. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Anthony has not seen it.
All right.
Dre, have you
To
seen
be real
No.
honest,
He
I've
hasn't
never seen it either.
Erica's never seen the scene.
It's very might be.
Do you know what
seen
it's
it.
referencing?
Yeah,
I know about the scene, but I've never seen the movie.
Gotcha.
Which, like, you know, okay, it's always interesting to me when someone's like, I don't know who that person is. When it's a part of mainstream, as in something like a Harry Met Sally, everybody's like, oh my God. But if I was like, hey, have you ever seen Thea?
Right, the Brandy thing.
Erica, enough with Thea.
Yeah, that's
She's trying to make that into this groundbreaking show. It did 2 seasons.
It was a groundbreaking
It's
show.
for you, Erica, because that was when you were home from school and it was on.
It was at night.
Shout out to
that's
Thea.
how we met Brandy.
But
Carol wrote, what, Erica? What, Erica?
She keeps bringing up Thea, this obscure 90s comedy.
It was a part of the culture. We wouldn't have Brandy Norwood
No
if
black
it
person
weren't
has ever
for
mentioned Thea either.
All right,
and
if
we
black
love
people
her,
can write in
but
about
come on.
Thea as well. Okay, there we go. Moving on. Actress Florence Pugh is the latest star to be hit in the face by an object thrown by a fan. It's not funny. She was in Brazil for a Dune Part 2 panel with her co-stars. Check this out. Something hits her right in the face. I'm talking below her eye by inches. We are seeing more and more of this.
I would say every week now.
Almost every week, and a lot of us are talking about deterrence. You would like to take them outside, am I right?
Yeah, I mentioned kneecaps before.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I half joking, because when you mess around in a casino or a certain spot in your neighborhood, certain things like that do happen to you. And if not necessarily, the police might look the other way.
Yeah.
This is a real thing, okay?
Yeah.
And you know not to mess around in that place again. I think we need to get back to that a little bit, and you know not to do that. If you're gonna do that, someone's gonna take you outside, there's gonna be no social media, you're not gonna have your phone, and certain things might happen to you. When that gets out, people will stop doing this. But until the repercussions are more harsh in every situation, not just throwing things at celebrities, just in life in
like
general,
airplanes.
people are just gonna keep doing it because somehow they could record that for their YouTube YouTube show, and they're a star for throwing something at a star.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It's, please.
No, I just don't know what kind of liberties people think they have these days. I think because some people are on social media or they're famous in the movies, people feel like they've got this expected relationship, or they can do whatever they want, or they can stalk them, or they can send them horrible messages, or they can attack them in public like this. I mean, it's absolutely shocking. We've seen like Harry Styles, we've seen her last night, we've seen Cardi B, who retaliated, and quite rightly so. I mean, it's absolutely shocking. There needs to be some kind of punishment for this. I want to see people getting locked up for this. Because
Absolutely.
otherwise,
It's criminal.
where will it end?
It's an assault.
Where will it end? And next it'll be throwing acid. I mean, it's honestly,
you're
that's
right.
where it heads.
And that's become an issue in your country. I'm
It
not
absolutely
joking.
has.
Acid attacks have become a real thing.
Acid attacks are a real thing, and people think, oh, that won't happen. I mean, we all think shootings won't happen. We all think stabbings won't happen. People are they're edging and edging ever more to think they're entitled to overstep every single boundary, and that is assault.
Yep, I agree with you
Period.
completely.